Oh man, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to I can't even say it. Danganronpins. Danganronpa V3. We're in the 4th class trial, okay? This is actually a second stream of this game this week. Usually I only play it once a week, but I played it twice this week because I knew I wanted to make further progress and I wanted to wrap up chapter 4 so we could actually head into the 5th and final narrative chapter before I guess there's a finale as well. So, that being said, tonight, FYI, it is insanely hot here in Washington State where I live. It is 86 degrees in my office, even with the air conditioner on maximum blast. That's how hot we're 111 degree weather today here in Washington. The hottest it's ever been in this state. Record-breaking temperatures for 3 straight days. I don't have enough air conditioners to cool the house down. That's how bad it is. I'm doing my best to stream today. It's tough, I'm not going to lie. Right now, it's the hottest it's ever been in this office since I've ever made content in the 7 years that I've done it. So I'm doing my best to keep going and entertaining you guys. I ask your patience tonight. Please bear with me. I'm likely going to stumble over words. I'm likely going to have a scattered brain. When it's this hot, it's hard to maintain a solid thought. It really is. I walked into this office and drank half of a bottle of seltzer water before I even turned the stream on. It was so hot in here. So I'm going to do my best to stream for you guys tonight, but please be understanding of the situation that we're all in here in this state, okay? Let's get going. So, last time around we determined the map was wrong. The world actually was exactly how I had thought it was. The chapel and the mansion are right next door to each other. There was a wall there placed by Miyu. Only things that could get through the wall were non-human objects. She did that on purpose so she could probably get between the two buildings and no one else could. We determined that there was going to be a rooftop meeting between her and Kokichi that never happened. Kokichi apparently figured out that she was trying to kill him. We don't know why she was trying to kill him. And now Kokichi is alluding to the fact that Gonta, or he's insinuating that Gonta killed Miyu. Okay? We don't know what he means by that. The only assumption that I had was that there was one point made at one point where they said, when you put the VR headset on to go into the virtual world, if the wires on the headset are screwed up, no one knows what happens. It could screw things up in the world. It could do weird things. They don't know what would happen if the wires weren't plugged in correctly. When Gonta went into the virtual world, he seemed okay. But when he came out, he has no recollection of ever being there. He has no idea what happened in the virtual world. He keeps asking people questions about it because he's like, I don't understand what happened. Like, he's completely... His mind was wiped of anything that happened in there. So that being said, with Kokichi insinuating now it was Gonta that did the murder, what I'm assuming is maybe someone purposely crossed the wires and found a way to control him to get him to kill Miyu. Yeah. I don't know. I really don't know. I guess we're going to find out tonight, firsthand here, what's actually happening and what's going to happen. All right. So let's see. Now, I just received a tip, but it never popped up. But there was no pop-up on the stream, was there? Right? $50 tip from the Patriarchy. Remember, the Patriarchy has been supporting this playthrough since the very beginning. And the Patriarchy says, always appreciate the hustle despite these circumstances. Thank you, Patriarchy, again, for supporting this playthrough. I really appreciate it. Especially a night like tonight where I am really suffering to do this. Thank you for the support, man. Okay. So that is awesome, and of course that jumps us right to halfway to our tips goal. And again, I don't know why the pop-up didn't show up, because usually the pop-ups do show up for Patriarchy, and it showed up on my leaderboard here for Stream Elements. So I have no idea why there was no on-screen pop-up. It might just be an error or something. I don't fucking know. I'm too hot to care. I'm really too hot to care. I'm not going to troubleshoot this shit. But it is glasses time. So thank you, Patriarchy, for the first tip of the night, and a very generous one. Okay, let us now continue. So, here we go. That is not at all. I want the truth. That's right. So there, everyone was insisting, either insisting or basically outright denying that Gonta be investigated for the murder. The way that Shuichi is thinking is, listen, if we just follow this train of thought of what Kokichi has told us, okay, and if we just prove that Gonta wasn't involved, that's better than not knowing. Why just think, oh, Gonta's innocent no matter what? Let's just prove it. Prove he's innocent so that way we can move on. He's eliminated as a suspect. So, they did one of those head-to-head things, And you basically countered everyone else's argument and logically said, let's just prove that he's innocent, all right? Why do I get the feeling that ain't going to work, though? Watch, he probably did it and some weird shit happened and someone controlled him. It's just fucked up, because he certainly doesn't deserve to die if he didn't intentionally kill Miyu, right? Haha. Dog's bullshit just said, this is the one day Phil wishes the tips goal would reach 99, no higher. Actually, no, because what I said was, we're not doing a vest tonight. If we hit $100, I'll put on the cowboy hat. I did it earlier today, and it worked fine, so that's what we'll do tonight. If we do hit the tips goal tonight, I'll put on the cowboy hat. That should not overheat me that bad. It should just be fine, okay? So, Ace Ventura to me $1.30. He said, it's hot in this rhino. Oh, God, remember that? Remember when he was inside the rhino's, what was it, the vagina? I remember that scene. Disgusting. I remember that scene. All right. I think it's time to start and start talking about rhino vaginas. All right, here we go.
If we're going to survive, I have to find the truth.
Okay.
But Gonta telling truth. Gonta really not culprit.
Be a little bit louder. There we go.
I still don't think Gonta's lying.
But didn't I tell you guys already?
Uh-oh. Tell her what?
If you're planning to expose a liar, then you have to corner them psychologically. Only then will they reveal their true self as a liar, hiding beneath a layer of deceit. That's why it hurts my heart to persecute Gonta like this! Gonta, if you understand, then do it right. Make logical arguments for the truth.
Logical arguments?
It means use your head to make arguments.
Use head?
What I'm trying to say is, if you aren't the culprit, then you gotta prove that you aren't.
But Gonta really not know.
I'm sick of hearing you say you don't know. God, why are you so dumb?
Gonta just want to help everyone, like true gentlemen.
You're a true gentleman? More like a true nincompoop.
Hey! Now that's just bullying.
Bullying? Yeah, so what? That's what you do in this game, right? You guys blame and gang up on me, but now you're gonna pretend to be good people?
No, I never ganged up.
Gonta, argue back already! Just make an excuse or whatever!
Stop it! That's enough!
Stop what? You mean stop the game? Hey, do you even know what you're saying?
Yeah, I know. What about it? I don't want to survive if it means I have to stoop to your level.
Oh, that's a low blow right there. Then just die in a hole for all I care! We want to live, so stop getting in our way!
Oh my God, things are really getting heated. I mean, things are heated here in Washington, but things are getting very heated in there. They're very upset with each other. Holy shit, man.
Quit it. If you don't shut your mouth, then I'll shut it for you. Permanently.
Nice, a threat from Maki.
Maki, please, calm down.
Look at Gonta.
Sorry. It Gonta's fault everyone's so upset. But Gonta telling truth. Gonta really not culprit. 'Cause Gonta not know anything. Really.
Cut it out already! That's all you've been saying this whole time!
Oh my God.
You're the one that needs to cut it out.
Wait, what did Kokichi say? Oh, you've been saying this whole time. That's true about Gonta. This whole time Gonta's been saying he doesn't know anything. Gonta not understand either. Miyu like this when Gonta wake up. Gonta was sleeping too, had strange dream. Gonta not understand anything. Yup. Gonta not know murder already happened when Gonta wake up. Why this happened? Why Miyu killed? Gonta not understand anything. Gonta have no idea what he's talking about. Yup. When exactly did he start using that defense? Gonta started saying, I don't know when. After logging out of the virtual world, right.
That's it.
was after he logged out. So that
Did
means
Gonta
they're
get
going to get
into
into an
an
accident in the virtual world? Oh. Mr. Minecraft-ish just did a $2 super chat. Says, I can't tip. I'm having a blackout. You mean you have no energy? Or what are you doing this super chat from your cell phone? Good damn. Well, that sucks. I'm not sure how, wait a minute. I'm not sure how that's affecting your ability to tip. If you can send a super chat, you must have power on your phone, right? But anyway, thank you for the super chat, Mr. Minecraft-ish one. Appreciate that. Okay, let's continue.
Accident?
The accident that hurt Gonta was the wires. I missed the wires that are crossed. Yeah, here. No? Gonta's telling the truth, believe it. He does not appear to be lying. By accident, you mean something happened to Gonta's avatar.
Oh no!
So that wasn't it? Something happened to Gonta's avatar is what they're saying? Really? Okay, I didn't realize that. Let's see. What happened to Gonta's avatar? When everyone logged in for the first time, an avatar user error occurred. I had forgotten about that. Remember, it said there was an avatar user error, but it never explained what the user error was. They couldn't get more data on it.
When we logged into the virtual world, an avatar user error occurred.
Aha. Some sort of avatar user error occurred when you all logged in for the first time. An error. The contents of the error are unknown. I can't provide any details. Something strange definitely happened to someone's avatar when you all logged in.
An avatar user error? Ever since Gonta logged out, he's been saying, I don't know, I don't understand.
That's because Gonta doesn't understand the virtual world, right?
That's what I thought at first. But I think it's because of the error.
What you mean?
If that error is what's affecting Gonta, and it's making him forgetful and loopy, what is the error? What could it have been? Hangman's Gambit again, huh? Oh, I don't know. I have no fucking idea. M? It started with a fucking M? Maybe memory loss? Memory loss. Fuck. Trying to speed through it. Can't do it. There's no L. Excuse me. There we go. Memory loss. Of course. I already said that, bro. He's only said it a million times, said he can't remember.
I believe it's possible that Gonta doesn't remember what happened in the virtual world.
Huh? He doesn't remember?
You started saying, I don't know anything, after leaving the virtual world. I think that's the result of some kind of memory error.
Oh, that's why he doesn't remember anything that happened in the virtual world. Not even killing Mew.
Oh, jeez.
What? That's ridiculous! Quit screwing around!
Yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous.
What do you mean he doesn't remember? He's just confused.
Gonta told us he was bad with computers, remember?
Memory or no memory, Gonta never hurt anyone!
No way Gonta's the culprit!
It's one of these things with 3 people talking at once? Yes, a mass panic event. Oh, God.
Gonta never hurt anyone!
Remember because
Doesn't remember
Gonta wants to keep everyone safe!
You did it, but you don't
you would
remember
never
things,
kill a
right?
friend.
There was a glitch.
Gonta, it's gentlemen! Gentlemen, protect friends!
Protect friends.
Your lies aren't protecting anyone.
Gonta not lying!
That means there
That's
was
a
no
weak
Gonta
weapon.
swears!
It was a
Please
glitch.
believe Gonta!
Jesus Christ. They're all talking over each other. This is actually tough. I know it sounds crazy. It's no wonder it's hard to believe this is the truth.
Gonta never
So he said there was a glitch.
Doesn't remember a thing about the virtue.
They logged in. Then Kokichi and Gonta logged in. Gonta logged out. I don't see anything there.
safe!
You did it, but you
This Kokichi has nothing to do.
don't remember.
Device instructions? So maybe... Oh, he said glitch! He said glitch. Okay, we found. Kaido said glitch. This is it right here. Mr. Minecraftish did a $5 super chat. He says, it's not known if Kokichi knows about the error. He seems smart enough to figure it out, but he's not saying if he actually knows about it or not. Yeah, it's weird. Like, doesn't it seem like Kokichi knows everything about what's going on? Like, how would he know all about the virtual world? How would he know that Mew had done the map wrong on purpose? How would he know that Mew was different with her? Like, he knew everything. He knew absolutely fucking everything. How does he know everything? I don't get that at all, that he knows absolutely everything going on with this game.
It's gentlemen! Gentlemen, protect friends!
Should have affected all of us.
Your lies aren't protecting anyone.
But because we're all okay,
Gonta not lying!
that means there was.
Boom! With the perfect V.
I heard it.
Nice. What's up with my hair? My hair is puffy because I took a shower right before the stream. It's a nice puffy hair.
The cause of the error that affected
go.
Gonta's avatar is the 2 cords on the helmet used to log into the virtual world.
Right. Put the red consciousness cord in the right port and the blue memory cord in the left. Out of curiosity, what happens if you switch the cords? I don't know. I've never done it before. Probably gets glitchy or something.
I think that Gonta messed up something with the cords, causing the error.
Joseph C. asks, how many games would I say I have physical copies of and I've ever sold in my old Xbox 360 games? Back then, I used to trade them all in. The only games I own physical copies of is Divinity Original Sin 2. I still have ARMS. I still have a copy, I think, of Breath of the Wild for the Wii U. And I have a couple portable games, you know, that I saved from my 3DS. And old games over there in a bin that I have from back when I was doing older retro throwback playthroughs and stuff for streams. So I have some things over there. Like, I still have the Hitman collection. I still have the Ratchet & Clank collection. I bought a few older games that I might want to replay one day. Like, I think I have the original Assassin's Creed, the original Saints Row 2. You know, playthroughs that maybe I did once and I might want to redo, or old games I never played like that before. I have quite a few of those, so. Okay. Edwin Eisman 4 says he said he had a talk with Mew before they stepped foot into the virtual world. No doubt she told him everything except her murder plan. Well, why would she do that? Why would she tell Kokichi everything, especially if Kokichi's the person she was planning to or plotting to kill? Why the hell would she tell him all about the virtual world and how it works? That doesn't seem to make any sense. In fact, wouldn't she want to lie to Kokichi and make him think otherwise about how it works to fool him into dying, right? So I don't know if I believe that. All right, let's continue.
If he mixed the consciousness and memory cords, then there'd be an error with memory. Like an error that won't let you bring your avatar's memories to the real world?
Aha.
What?
Gonta, do you think it's possible that you improperly connected the cords?
Huh? How Gonta's supposed to remember that?
Nah.
He couldn't have messed it up. I said it over and over. Right is the hand you hold your chopsticks in.
Oh, but Gonta holds chopsticks with this hand.
Nah.
That's your left hand!
What?
Looks like it's decided.
Man.
What's decided? He's wrong, isn't he, Gonta? You remember the virtual world, don't you?
Gonta not remember. Gonta not even go to this virtual world place.
Yep.
What?
Gonta fall asleep when he put helmet on. When Gonta wake up, Mew dead. Gonta not know what happened. So, Gonta worry. Gonta not understand what everyone talking about.
No, it can't be.
But Gonta try his best to understand. Gonta imagine real hard.
That's enough, Gonta. We already know.
That
No,
sucks.
We know that you totally forgot about teaming up with me and killing Mew.
What the hell? Why would he though? Here's the thing. Why would he team up with Kokichi and kill Mew? Unless, like they said, if he lost his memory, maybe he also lost his consciousness. Because they said there were two chords, memory and consciousness. So if he lost his memory, it would also stand to reason he had no consciousness in there. Maybe it just made him, his avatar, like a husk, and you could command it to do things or something. I don't know. Doesn't make sense.
Wait a minute! That lie! Gonta not kill Mew! 'Cause why would Gonta do that?
Yeah, it's a lie! I'll never accept this! And besides, Gonta's got no motive to kill Mew!
Hooey.
I already gave you my testimony on how I came up with the murder plan.
And I'm saying I don't believe you!
Kayade has just tipped me $10. Thank you very much, Kayade, for a $10 tip. I appreciate that very much. Thank you for the support. Get this up to $61 in tips here tonight as I sweat it out with Danganronpa V3. Alright, let's continue.
Kokichi, if what you're saying is true, why did you plan it this way? You wanted to plan the murder yourself, but have someone else carry it out?
Is the person who planned it also included as a blackened with the perpetrator?
Nope! Only the person who actually commits the murder becomes the blackened!
See? Now that's bullshit. And you know what? If you remember, already we had a collaboration between Monokuma and Kokichi. So he probably asked Monokuma about the rules, found that out, and said, okay then, I'll just plan this whole fucking thing. What a dirty bastard. Seriously.
Then there's no incentive to just plan the murder.
But Gonta's such a gentle soul. Why would he agree to this?
Because he didn't. The wires were crossed.
Hold on! That hasn't been decided yet!
Who cares about the motive? Let's vote for the culprit already.
I care about the motive.
Yeah, they didn't figure out the motive. He just wants to vote, get it over with. Wow.
Well, I don't care. Finding the culprit is more important in this class trial. Talking about the motive is meaningless. It's not necessary for this specific case.
No matter what you say, I'll never believe your lies.
We all agree that Gonta is the culprit, right? It would be impossible for anyone but him.
Impossible? Why?
It's pretty obvious if you use the process of elimination. Which means, Shuichi, you'll be my partner, right?
Oh my god, here we go with this shit again. The partner shit.
Because if you don't face the truth, then we'll all die, right? And you don't want that, do you? Okay, let's begin!
Jeez, the angles. Spinning camera.
Quit screwing around! I'm done putting up with your selfish bullshit!
Kaito, we should listen to his explanation. Our lives depend on it.
So, we can now take Keyboy, Himiko, and Maki off the suspect list.
Okay.
Shuichi, would you care to explain? I doubt they'll believe it if it came from me.
Donald Trump to me $1.30. He says he's become black, the ultimate blackened. And now he's talking about farting in people's hands and eating sandwiches. We've had some weird things going on with tips messages and stuff recently. I don't know what people are talking about. Like, the fuck does that mean? I have no clue. But I will take this opportunity to take a second to get up and get in front of the air conditioner and cool down. Hold on. I'm going to go get some air on me here. It's so hot in here. Oh. 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 Woo. 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 Ah. That felt good. To get a cooling blast up my ass. It felt really good. Shout out to Squidward's Toilet, who tipped me $2. Said, V3 is my favorite game in the series. I'm enjoying your playthrough at the Krusty Krab. Oh, You're watching on the toilet? Oh, cool. Squidward is on the toilet and watching on his phone. Well, thank you very much, Squidward, for the $2 tip. There you go. Phew. All right, let's continue, shall we? All right. The reason Kibo, Himiko, and Maki can be eliminated is because they didn't have the murder weapon. They couldn't access the crime scene. They didn't have a motive. Because they couldn't access the crime scene because of the virtual wall that was blocking there that Miyu created. Yep. That's right.
They couldn't get to the crime scene, could they?
The bridge from the chapel to the mansion was gone, and only Miyu could pass through the wall.
That's right.
The three at the chapel had no way to get to the mansion, so they couldn't have done it. Kaito is the next one off our suspect list. And you know why, right?
Because he was logged out early. Yep, he was logged out. Okay.
Kaito had logged out ahead of us.
Miyu logged Kaito out from the start. But she did that to make us think the murder happened in the real world, right? Since we figured out the actual killing happened in the virtual world, it would have been impossible for Kaito, who had already logged out. Miyu's time of death was around 6:30 in the morning. That's after Kaito logged out.
Fair enough.
Kokichi's completely running the show now.
My synergy with Shuichi is super on point now, so let's move on to the remaining suspects. Gonta, Samugi, Shuichi, and me. Samugi and Shuichi can be crossed off. But what's the reason for that?
We can go to the roof. We have solid alibis. We saw Miyu. Fuck. No. Sumui was the one who saw that, so that wasn't it. We can go to the roof. That's true, but it's not that. So we have alibis. What is Kokichi's alibi though? Like you haven't. Well, Shuichi has an alibi, but what about Kokichi? I don't know about that. I don't know about that at all.
Both of you heard Miyu hitting the chapel wall, right? The culprit was definitely on the roof during that time, since they slid Miyu down. Because of that, Shuichi and Samugi can't be the culprit.
But what about Kokichi? We haven't written him out yet.
That leaves only Gonta and me as the remaining suspects.
That's right.
Then you're the culprit!
Sorry for getting your hopes up, but didn't I already explain that's impossible?
Oh, because his avatar gets frozen if Miyu touches him. Right. He couldn't have killed Miyu.
If Miyu touched him, he'd freeze in place. Kokichi wasn't capable of strangling her.
Oh, man. But here's the thing. How does the fuck did he even know that? How did he know that he couldn't go and get touched by her? You know what I'm saying? Like, it seems like he knew about all the weird shit in the virtual world before anyone. How did he know everything? He knew about the wall. He knew about Miyu being coded as an object. He knew how she died. He knew about this fucking thing that he couldn't be touched. Or he could be touched, he'd be frozen. How does he know all this? What is this?
So then, it's down to one person. And who was that again? Well, who is it?
Don't answer, Shuichi. You don't need to answer that. This is all Kokichi's trap.
There's only one suspect left, only one person who could have done it. It was also him. No, it wasn't him.
It's Gonta.
Shuichi?
Yep, Gonta is the only person who could have committed the murder. You get it now, right? That's the truth we were all reaching for. The thing you guys wanted so badly! A truth without any lies! Yu Iruma's killer is Gonta Gokuhara!
Really? Did Gonta really do it?
Jeez, is that really your reaction? It would have been fun if you went all crazy. But you forgot everything, so oh well. A culprit who can't remember their murder is pretty interesting. So, better than nothing. If Gonta remembered, his cover would have been blown so fast. Especially...
Oops, I hit the button too early. My bad. Oopsie. My fault. Oh my god. Okay.
Hold on. I still haven't accepted this. This has gotta be Kokichi's trap. I still believe in Gonta. He's not the kind of person who'd kill.
Kaito.
I already said this a million times, Kaito. You shouldn't use emotions to...
You want proof? I've got your proof.
Okay, what does he got?
After Tsumugi and Shuichi heard Kibo's voice in the mansion, they ran outside. And who did they see out there?
Gonta. Huh.
Gonta.
Kokichi said it himself. When Yu's avatar crashed into the chapel wall, the culprit must have been on the roof.
I see. If Gonta's the culprit, it'd be weird if he wasn't on the roof.
It's possible that he fled the mansion after he heard the impact.
You'd have to go through the entrance hall to get outside the mansion from the roof. Is that where Shuichi and Tsumugi ran to when they heard the crashing sound?
Then maybe he jumped off the roof.
Jumped off of it.
That's not possible. That rooftop was pretty high up.
Normally, Gonta could have done it, but his avatar wasn't strong enough. How about that? Now you get it, right? If Gonta was the culprit, there's no way he could have been outside the mansion.
Now you can't say Gonta's the culprit. Congrats, Gonta.
There's gotta be a way that he ended up outside the mansion, right?
What? Really?
Would have been so nice if that were the truth. If Kaido were right, this horrible trial would end. But
No, that's wrong.
you notice the toilet paper was out there too.
What?
Just because Gonta was at the mansion doesn't mean that he isn't the culprit. All the culprit needed was a way to get from the roof to outside the mansion.
Huh?
Looks like Shuichi got it. I'll leave the rest to him.
Kaito, I know how you feel. I know because we all feel it. But we have to face the truth. No matter how cruel that truth may be, we need to face it to survive.
Okay.
Whose side are you on, Shuichi?
Kaito, please.
Aren't you my sidekick? Was that just a lie?
Kaito!
Fine then! I'll tear that sorry reasoning of yours apart and wake you up!
Crap. Crap in here. Okay. Can't doubt my detective work now. If I want us all to survive, I can't back down. Armament argument. Okay, we're fighting Kaito. Look at this.
Don't you know Gonta at all? He's not the kind of guy who kills someone. Don't you know that about him by now? I'll never accept this. Don't you know Gonta at all? Damn it!
Damn it, it's an alien.
Why won't you
An
believe
alien with an umbrella.
Why are you listening to Kokichi?
What is this? It's not working. Dude, they're not working for some reason. I have no idea what happened there. The button inputs wouldn't work. They're not working. What the fuck?
My sidekick?
Dude, the button inputs aren't working. I don't know why. I'm doing them correctly. I'm doing them correctly, and they're not working.
Why won't you believe Gota?
This is look, triangle.
Why are you listening to
Now it's working. It wasn't working before.
You my sidekick?
These aren't working.
Wake up, Shuichi.
This is fucked up. Half of them are not working.
Believe Gota. Why are you listening to Kokichi? Aren't you my sidekick?
This is so weird.
Wake up, Shuichi.
Some of them were not working. It was like messed up.
Gota? Why are you listening?
Okay, that was weird.
Who do you want to believe? Remember what Kokichi has done to us. Remember how Gota's always tried to protect us. How could Gota be the culprit? Still want to accuse him, huh? Say the truth this, the truth that. There's a reason Gota's not the culprit. Who do you want to believe?
Whoa.
Remember what Kokichi has done to us. Remember how Gota's always tried to protect us. How could Gota be the culprit? Still want to accuse him, huh? Say the truth this, the truth that. Damn it!
Got it. Final blow.
There's no way to leave the mansion from the rooftop.
Toilet paper discovered outside of the mansion.
It ends here.
There we go. I said that.
Damn it!
I said it was the toilet paper we found out there. There we go.
The toilet paper we found outside the mansion. That's what the culprit used to get from the roof to the ground.
The toilet paper?
The same toilet paper that was used as the murder weapon. That's why we didn't find it anywhere else. Not at the scene of the crime, nor on Miu's body. It was outside the mansion.
Hold on. If they use the toilet paper as a rope to get down from the roof, then they need to tie it to something. But there was nothing to tie it to. I know because I investigated the roof.
You're stubborn, Kaito. You're still going on about this.
Well, at least they're being thorough to make sure they're not making any mistakes, right? They are
Of course
accusing their
I
friend.
am. I'm gonna believe in Gota till the very end.
No, there was something that the toilet paper could have been tied to.
Okay.
What?
The place where the toilet paper was tied down. The telescope. Yep.
There! The binoculars on the rooftop. The toilet paper could have been tied there. However, I don't think the culprit actually tied it down there. They just hung it. And then used the doubled up toilet paper to climb down.
Like a rope, I see. Okay. A rope tether.
But in that case, they would have had to tug on it in order to take it down.
Yep, that's correct. Because I came up with that idea. But I thought I told Gonta to put the toilet paper back in the bathroom. Oh, I just ran into someone on the way and then threw it somewhere close by.
Okay. Why did he do that?
Looks like Kaito's morale is shot, so this whole thing is done now.
The matter does appear to be settled.
That... it's...
So, it's true. Gonta really killed Miu.
But I'm the one who came up with the plan. Anyway, just admit your crime, Gonta.
Duh.
Even though you don't remember, you still did it.
But Why did Gonta do such terrible thing?
Wait, before you start crying, you gotta admit your crime first.
Stop. I won't let you, Kokichi. If anyone is gonna get him to confess, it's me. Gonta, I'm going to look back at the whole case one more time, okay? When you're convinced, you just let me know, all right? Let's end this together.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
Closing argument. Oh, boy. All right. So. The cell phone. No, it looks like we got wires here. Do we have the wires yet available? Nope, we don't. Okay. That's the drug. There it is. She placed the bottle of poison. How do I set this? Where? What's the button? How do I do this? There we go. The bottle of poison. Yup. Oh my god, excuse me. Oh, let's see here. That's the bridge. Now, we don't have anything with the bridge. Kaido logged out. Told people that doesn't tear. Map of the virtual world. Nope. Map of the virtual world here. Yes, map of the virtual world. Which is here. That was posted in the hallway, so we got that. Okay. We don't have anything with the sign yet. Who is investigating the dining hall? These are the different people. Okay, we don't have these yet. Okay. This is the cell phone? Yes. Well, hold on. Into the cell phone. And then set his name into the cell phone and logged him out. Kaito. Okay. We also have the last. Mr. Timo did a $5 super chat. Says eBay or Amazon. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Like, where would I buy something more often? Probably Amazon. I've rarely used eBay ever. Ever since I got scammed on eBay a long time ago, I haven't used the site pretty much for anything. I never found it reliable. Just being honest. Thank you, Mr. Timo, for the super chat. Okay. What do we have left? We have toilet paper that doesn't tear, and we have the lattice used like a sled. So here it is. Toilet paper that doesn't tear. And then, yeah, see, they did it together. It was a team. They came in as a team and did this. Lattice used like a sled is right here. Okay, so now we've unlocked. Miu smuggles in a hammer. Yeah, she was going to try to kill him with a hammer with their rooftop meeting. And then we've got threw the signboard into the river. We know that from much earlier right here. You threw the signboard in the river purposely. Yep. The binoculars and the toilet paper. That's later on. That's how we got down. Okay. Kaido Momoto looking for the secret of the outside world. He searched the rooftop. Here you go, Kaito. Searching in the rooftop. We know that. The culprit looking for the secret of the outside world. That was, oh, man. That was Gonto, wasn't it? Yeah, Gonto was doing outside the mansion. Yup. Tsumugi looking for secret of the outside world. She was investigating the dining hall or the kitchen. Shit, I forget which is which. I guess maybe I was right. Blue cord, red cord. Here we go. That's the beginning. Okay. And Shuichi was investigating the kitchen. Or was it vice versa? I can't remember who was supposed to investigate the kitchen, and who was supposed to investigate the dining hall. I might have got those two mixed up.
This is the truth of the case!
Or I could be right. Let's find out. I guess we're about to find out.
The case began last night.
Okay.
After being convinced by Mew, we all logged into the virtual world.
Right.
To log in, you have to plug the memory and consciousness cords into the device.
How do you turn off auto? There we go. Mr. Minecraft just once hit me $1.30. Said everyone who plays V3 cries, gets sad, and claims Chapter 4 was the saddest class trial ever. I cry every Chapter 4. Gonta may have panic when 2 pair came out because avatars can hide stuff in their persons. Sometimes I wonder why I start reading Mr. Minecraftish one's messages. Maybe I should, like I said. I mean, this time around he wasn't saying anything disgusting, but I still have no idea what he just said. Thank you for the tip, Mr. Minecraftish one. Oh boy. Oh, let's see here. So I'm surprised it still doesn't make sense. Mew told Kokichi all this stuff. If she actually did, she's a certified dipshit. I agree with you. Seriously. Okay.
So, we all plugged those cords into our helmets and entered the virtual world. But the culprit had accidentally plugged their cords into the wrong ports. Because of this, a connection error occurred between the culprit's brain and their avatar.
Okay.
As a result, the culprit would forget everything that happened in the virtual world. It's possible that this had an effect on their avatar's personality as well. Because I can't believe that someone so kind could commit murder.
Oh my gosh, excuse me. Woo!
But we had no idea this error even happened. And so, we all logged in one by one. Meanwhile, Mew was the last to log in. She had modified the killing game simulator so she could accomplish a specific goal. After Mew confirmed we were all logged in, she took out the bottle of poison.
I agree, the music is good.
And placed it on Kokichi's seat. This was done to make it look like Kokichi was killed by poison when we returned. Yes, the reason Mew modified the simulator and brought us to the virtual world was to kill Kokichi in the virtual world, but make it look like he had died in the real world.
Right.
After we had all logged in, Mew explained the world to us. Use the salon phone to log out. Objects are unbreakable. Your avatars use all 5 senses. She also explained the map of the virtual world in the mansion's entrance hall.
Which was a bullshit map. Rhea Sensei tipped $10. Said, here's to the end of Chapter 4 and the end of my grad program. Congrats on the conclusion of your grad program, Rhea Sensei. That's good news. Hope that you did well. Everything went well. And thank you for the support. We are now 3/4 of the way to the tips goal for tonight, guys. With still over an hour to go, so that's awesome. Thank you guys for the support tonight. All right.
But her explanation was intentionally false. She wanted us to misunderstand the world.
That's right.
However,
she could do what she wanted.
One of us was able to see through her scheme.
Kokichi.
The very person Mew was trying to kill. Kokichi.
Yep.
Kokichi was going to use Mew's plan against her and plotted her murder. But Kokichi wouldn't do it himself. He used a patsy to be the culprit in this case. Kokichi was tight-lipped about the motive, so I don't know why the culprit agreed. But it seems as though right after logging in, when Kokichi and the culprit went outside, they were already working together to execute the murder.
Yeah, that's what we don't understand. Somehow, the wires being crossed the wrong way turned Gonta into like a puppet or something. That he just obeyed Kokichi for no reason. Because we know Gonta wouldn't want to murder someone himself. That's ridiculous.
Eventually, we met up with Kokichi and crossed the river to the chapel. Mew had us split up to try to find some secret of the outside world. Kaito, Kokichi, Gonta, Tsumugi, and I investigated the mansion,
It's the music while we listen to the explanation.
while Maki, Himiko, Kibo, and Mew investigated the chapel.
No, it's not too hot for the cowboy hat. I said if we hit the Tips goal tonight, I'll put on the cowboy hat.
Splitting us up was also part of Mew's plan. At the chapel, Mew told Maki that she was going to look around outside.
Zoom!
She chased after our group while we were heading toward the mansion. Once she made sure we were across, she dropped the bridge into the river.
I mean, that was obvious she did it on purpose when it happened, so it was like, you knew she had a plan that she was fucking around with everything. Once she did that on purpose.
This was to trick us into thinking that the river separated the mansion and chapel. At the time, we thought nothing of it. It was just another one of Mew's pranks.
What pranks does she pull exactly? She never pulls pranks. What are you talking about?
That's why we continued with the original plan to find the secret of the outside world. We went to the mansion and split up to look for clues. Kokichi searched the salon. Kaito searched the roof. Tsumugi searched the dining room. I searched the kitchen. And finally, the culprit searched outside the mansion.
Comfortably Numb said, Mew was so obvious with what she did, there's no chance she would have made it.
Mew was headed for the wall that was on the side of the chapel.
There's no chance she would have actually made it through the trial, you know, without getting caught. If she had gotten away with the murder, if Kokichi hadn't turned the tables on her, she definitely would have got caught out. I agree. Like, she did so much shit that was blatant, you know? So much, like that, throwing the sign in the river, immediately you said, okay, something's fucking up here. What is she doing? Right? So I agree with you. She would have never got away with this.
She passed through the wall and headed for the mansion to kill Kokichi. You see, the wall was a special wall that Mew had added herself.
Yep.
This wall was programmed so that only objects could pass through. And Mew had changed her avatar settings from human to object. That was the hidden route she prepared for herself.
Oh yeah.
She set up a wall that only she could pass through. Mew headed toward the mansion, but she was seen by Tsumugi on the way. When she entered the mansion, she pulled out her cell phone. She didn't tell us that there was another way to log out. Then, she spoke a name into the phone, which forced that person to log out. It was Kaito who was on the roof at the time. The same roof where Kokichi and Mew were going to meet. By having Kaito search the roof and then forcing him to log out, she was making him look the most suspicious, but her plan didn't go smoothly. Kokichi was waiting on the roof with a culprit and the toilet paper used to kill Mew. While Mew was distracted by Kokichi, the culprit snuck up from behind. And used the toilet paper from the mansion's bathroom to strangle Mew. This was only possible because objects in the virtual world are unbreakable.
Right, so instead of being like made of thin paper that can tear, it was like being strangled with a hard piece of cloth, or you know what I mean, stretchy fabric, something that would not break at all. It'd be very firm. And Gonta, well, actually I take that back. I was gonna say Gonta's strong enough to do it, but remember, the avatars
Mew's
don't have any
avatar
different
was
strength in the
strangled to
virtual
death,
world. They're all the same.
and the shock killed Mew in the real world. After the murder, Kokichi left the cleanup to the culprit and left the roof. He probably returned to the salon as soon as he could to avoid drawing suspicion. The culprit then took the lattice from the storage room.
Fehu says, wait, why did she change her status from object to human, stay as an object not to die? Because that's not the case. She didn't, the avatars cannot die. The avatars basically stay there no matter what. But there's a link between the avatar and the human. If something happens to the avatar, that effect happens to the human. So for example, if there was a gun in the game and someone shot the avatar would be fine, but the human would actually act like they were shot and die. You see what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Of course it doesn't. It would only make sense if like there was like the brain shuts down or cardiac arrest, something that the brain controls. The brain can't strangle the neck. It's impossible, right? There's no way that your neck can be strangled by something your brain is telling it to do. What could happen is your brain can make you have a heart attack. Your brain could make you stop breathing. Your brain could make your head you have an aneurysm. That could happen as a result of something your brain tells you to do. So in reality, this virtual world doesn't really make sense. How could she die from being strangled? She was strangled in the virtual world. How was her real life neck strangled? It wasn't. It's bullshit. You have to suspend your disbelief. You see, it would have been more realistic if they were like, her lungs stopped. Right? That would have been way more realistic. Instead of her clutching her throat because she was being choked, it would have been her lungs actually stopped breathing and she suffocated. But they didn't explain it like that. I think they wanted you to have more one-to-one correlation, you know. But anyway, the avatar stays alive, so it doesn't matter if the avatar is categorized as an object or a human. It's the human that dies in the real world. So there you go. Mr. Timo did a super chat. He says, wasn't this an anime or the game come out first? Apparently, there was an anime, but the anime, I don't know if it was V3. I know there's a whole anime that people are saying ties together like the games or something. I don't know. But I've never seen any of it, so. Okay. It's the lattice from the storage room.
And placed Mew's body on top, along with the hammer and the cell phone. The culprit heaved the lattice over the railing and forcefully slid it down the roof slope.
Damn. And of
With
course,
the
went
body
through the
on top
wall.
of it, the lattice became a makeshift sled and flew off the roof. It went through the wall that only objects can pass through before crashing into the chapel.
But she was already dead at that point.
That was the crashing sound that Kibo heard in the chapel and we heard in the mansion. Mew's wall hid the fact that the mansion and chapel were actually right next to each other. That's why Tsumugi and I were able to hear the crash from the mansion.
Okay.
As the final step, the culprit had to then get off the roof. Because we were at the mansion, they couldn't take the stairs or they'd be seen.
Right. Mr. Minecraftish one tipped another $1.30. He said, out of respect and love I have for Gonta, I'm not going. Chapter 4 was claimed the saddest trial ever. Gonta may have panicked because when Shuichi and Tsumugi left outside, he could have hidden the toilet paper in his persons because avatars can hide objects. So what you're saying is there was no reason for him to throw the toilet paper at all. He could have hid it somewhere or put it on his like a piece of inventory item on the avatar. But he panicked and that's why he threw it. What's really weird to me is it seems to me, was Gonta himself or not? Because Gonta, when startled, the Gonta we know probably would have panicked and threw the toilet paper. But the Gonta we know wouldn't have just fucking murdered Mew. So it's weird, like, what was this weird personality disorder he was having because his wires were crossed, right?
So they used the toilet paper again to escape from the rooftop. They hung the toilet paper from the binoculars on the roof and used it like a rope to climb down. Once the culprit was safely on the ground, they pulled at the toilet paper to retrieve it. They would have returned it to the bathroom, but they ran into us as we were leaving the mansion. In a panic, the culprit tossed the toilet paper somewhere nearby. Without that one little mistake, we might never have solved this case, because the culprit doesn't remember.
Ah.
This is the truth you've forgotten, Gonta Gokuhara, the ultimate entomologist.
But again, why would he have killed Miyu? Like, we know he's not a murderer. He says he's a good person. He's a gentleman.
This is the truth we've reached.
He wouldn't have just killed Miyu. So what would have made him do that? That's what's confusing me right now. Maybe we'll get an answer. I don't know.